Good morning or good afternoon, depends on where you're at, I suppose. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the live stream. It's 11:43 in the morning where I'm at, so it kind of depends on where you are as to what time of the day I suppose it is. Anyway, I want to get on here and do a little bit of a live, and this will post up on the channel, of course, after it's done. But I thought I would ask you guys your opinion, and we're going to do this live. And then obviously if you're watching this after the fact, well, feel free, leave a comment, let me know. Before I get to that, there's been a few people on that have left comments. I know I kind of had the camera on beforehand. I was testing something out, the microphone. I changed a wire. Last time I did a live stream with this setup, it kind of stopped. So let me know if you can hear me, first of all, and how the volume or sound is. We Fergie think it would depend on the vehicle. That's going to be the interesting part. Chad Kranatz. Hey, Rob, what's up? Hey, Chad, how you doing there, buddy? Happy Sunday. We Fergie. Maybe not Rob. Maybe not Rob. Well, it is me, that's for sure. At least I think I'm me. So let me get right into it. First of all, I gave you a little hint while the camera was kind of focusing over here, I guess. Have you figured it out yet? I would hope so. So let me tell you the story. Automan Dan, Rob, my man, what's up? Hey, Dan, how you doing, buddy? So let me tell you my story. It's my mother's fault. So, Mom, if you're on here, it's your fault. The other day, we were going somewhere, actually a few weeks ago, and we looked off to the right. There's a used car dealer, and they have a bunch of cars. Go figure, right? Used car dealer has cars. So we're driving by and she sees this vehicle sitting out there that she likes and she comments on it, and she continued to do that over the preceding or past or most recent, what's the right word? Weeks, right? And finally, one day we were going somewhere, so we decided to stop. We looked at it, she liked it, and she's looking at buying this thing. I say this thing, right? Needs a bit of work, but seems to have solid bones. So we drove it, and we drove it in a really crappy day. It was rainy and cold and just not very nice for down here, which is not typical for down here, right? Dan says, so he's buying another vehicle. No surprise there. I know, I have a problem. I admit it. What she's looking at is a 1999 Jeep TJ. It's red, it's got aftermarket wheels and tires. And let me tell you the downsides of this. And this is what you get into when you're looking at a used vehicle, right? The back seat is been removed, which is cool. My wife and I, we actually liked that look. So in her Jeep Wrangler over here the other day, I came out and pulled the seat. I have a video coming up on this channel showing how to do that. You'll be amazed at how simple it is to do. But we did that in this Jeep. And then I took it for a ride. I wanted to see how it sounded and all that stuff. So I got the Bug. I've always loved the Jeep Wrangler, the two-door. I've had, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them, maybe 4, I don't know, over my lifetime. And I've always liked them. And I've talked about that on this channel before when we had the Jeep Gladiator on here. And this TJ, I've never really been in a TJ before, the older Jeep, you know, and it's pretty cool. I dig it. I like it. So anyway, we drove this Jeep, and it was good. It was solid. Pulled the carpet up, beat on the tub and all that stuff. No rust throughs or anything crazy like that. And it was a solid fit. Like I said, she's in the process of trying to get it. You know, you got to work out the stuff. There's a couple things wrong with it that she's looking at having the dealer fix, the used car dealer fix before we get it, but that may change as well. We'll see. It should all be resolved this coming week. So if you want to know what happens with that, stay tuned. We're going to be talking about it. So anyway, I got to thinking, you know, for a long time, this channel, which is now Tundra Mission, has had the Jeep on it, the Jeep Gladiator, and then I sold that, actually traded it off on the Tundra that I have now, which I love, by the way. But I have a decent crowd of folks, I guess, on here who were here for Jeeps. They like Jeeps, and I like Jeeps, so doesn't it make sense to add another Jeep? Although I don't want to add just another Jeep. What I want is some sort of a project. We must be getting a delivery or something. I hear beeping out front. Something must have been delivered. I don't know if you guys can hear that on the mic. Let's see. I should check out the comments before I go on here. Chad says it's coming in clear. Good. That's what I want. Those Jeeps are bulletproof after you fix a few things on them. That's what I think. Automan Dan says, hey, Chad. Chad says, hey, Automan Dan. So anyway, I would be interested in getting one of those. I would want the TJ model so that I could do work on it, so that I could rehab it, refurb it, whatever. I think it'd be a fun project, and I think it's simple enough to work on mechanically that if I had to do anything like that, even I can handle it. I'm not a mechanic. Bolt-ons, not a problem. And I think these days, with the less complicated vehicles, especially in the Jeep community, there's enough information out there on the web that you can pretty much do anything with them. I mean, I would think you could tear apart the engine, not that I'd want to do that, but I would think you could do almost anything with them yourself because of the vast amount of knowledge and information that's out there. The aftermarket is another thing. There are so many parts and things out there. You know, she had done a little bit of investigation on the one she's looking at getting. It needs new seats. Go figure, 24-year-old vehicle, seats are probably not going to be in the greatest shape, and they're not. So we looked those up, and man, you can get new seats. They're vinyl, but who cares? You can get new seats for this for about $300 each. This is brand new. $600, you have brand new seats. They should last for years, as an example. Now, there's a lot of other stuff, of course. The one that she's looking at is missing a sun visor on the driver's side. The top's a little bit loosey-goosey, but it's livable. The carpet inside had been replaced already, and they used like an outdoor felty kind of carpet. That needs to be redone in the one she's looking at. And then there's a little bit of paint work on the hood. The clear coat has kind of faded or degraded, you know, where it's like a hole in the clear coat, not through the paint. The paint looks fine underneath, I think. And then there's scratches and things like that. I mean, on a vehicle that's 24 years old, especially a Jeep, you're going to have some stuff. It is the 2.5 liter. It is a 5-speed manual transmission. And that's another thing I would want. If I did this, I would want a manual transmission. I would prefer the bigger motor though. I think it's a 4-liter, 6-cylinder, whatever it is, it's a 6-cylinder. I would prefer that, but I'm not necessarily opposed to the 4-cylinder either, because we drove it and it was pretty darn solid. So I don't know. I mean, it's not a rocket. You're not going to expect the Jeep to be fast, except this one. This one's fast. It beats, except for maybe the Prius. No, I doubt it. Maybe the Tundra, but it beats everything else I've had, this one. So, yeah, you know. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Dan says those Jeeps can survive a nuclear apocalypse and still keep going. That's the thing, man. I think it would be a fun project. Wait till you see it if she gets it. Like, it will be on this channel. It should be cool. Fergie says, sounds like adding a used TJ is right up your alley and will open up video ideas. That's the thing. I mean, I love to tinker with stuff anyway, and there would be, you know, unless you were to go out and buy one that's already redone, there would be a vast amount of things that you could do to it, I would think. And I certainly would. I think it would be a blast. So that's what I'm thinking. I did check in, and I'm not saying it's out of the picture yet. I did check into getting a new one. Base. Very basic, so I could do everything I wanted to do with it myself. It would be the Sport S. It's not the most base one, I guess, but it would be the Sport S, only because this one's a Sport S. I've had Sport S's before, and I like the way that they react, operate, drive. The power of the V6 is nice. So, but it would be a manual transmission. So it would be something I would have to order. There would be lead time. And I know Jeep was having some sort of trouble, I think, with the transmission in the new ones. with a pressure plate or something. I can't exactly remember what it was, but I am assuming they have it resolved at this point. I don't know. Dan says, yeah, get the 4-liter. It's a better motor. I don't know if it's better. Why do you think it's better? It's more powerful. It's bigger. I don't know if it's better. I'm hoping they're equal, you know. I don't know that there's anything wrong with it either. But anyway, I looked at getting a new one. Amazingly, you can get a new one for a low 30s. Obviously, you can get a TJ, which I really like the TJ though. But you can get one of those anywhere from probably in really horrible shape, $5,000 to anywhere above that, depending on its level of repair, what someone has done to it. On a side note, way behind on your videos, having computer issues, hope to be back up fully in a couple days. Well, yeah, you got to get that fixed. You have a phone, right? I mean, you can watch the videos on your phone. Come on, Fergie. There's no excuse. If you have to, go to Walmart's, pull up my videos, and watch them right there in the store. Matter of fact, while you're in the store, go to every computer that's in there and put it on the Rob Motive, or in this case, Tundra Mission channel. I mean, I'd appreciate that. My daughter did it the other day. She sent me a picture. She was at, I think, Walmart, and had all of the laptops sitting in there on the Rob Motive channel in this case. That was pretty cool. Automan Dan says, I had a 2001 Cherokee with the 4-liter. I still kick myself for getting rid of it. Well, you never should have, man. I don't know. Maybe you should buy another one. So leave a comment down below. We're not going to make this video really long. Leave a comment down below for those who are watching this after the fact and those who haven't given me your opinion yet. And let me know what you think of that idea. Would you be interested in bringing another Jeep back to this channel in the form of a TJ, something that can be redone, refurbed, and worked on, as opposed to maybe something brand new that doesn't have as much to do on it? I'd be curious to know. Fergie says, phone, nah, I want the full 4K Rob experience. Well, I can understand that. I mean, you know, I can surely relate. Automated Dan says, Rob, I had the 4.0 solid motor. All right, so you're really talking about experience that you had with that one, as opposed to they're inherently bad for some reason if they're not the 4-liter. That's it. That's all I wanted to talk about this morning. I hope everybody has a great rest of the weekend. Don't forget, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the idea if you haven't already. Appreciate everybody, and go ahead and click the subscribe button if you haven't before. And don't forget, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.